The Farm. I'm your host, Larry Marble. Thanks so much for joining us today on one of our 14 affiliate stations. We're brought to you proudly each and every day by D&D Farm and Ranch. That's ddtexasoutfitters.com. Neighbor, let's take a look at corn, beans, and wheat, courtesy of John Tuggle and Company, Corpus. As we examine, Friday was somewhat surprising that corn futures are down as much as they were by 14 cents in the bushel, particularly with all the hot, dry weather talk coming out of Argentina. Corn planting in Argentina is behind schedule, mostly due to the dry conditions. Those dry conditions or above normal temperatures are forecast for most of this next week across growing areas of that country. Much of South America experienced below normal rainfall during November. Adding to the negative slant for corn is that Brazil shipped a record 238 million bushels of export corn in November, compared to only 92 million bushels during November 2021. On a positive note, the USDA reported another export sale overnight of 5 million bushels to Mexico. Corpus Christi's Public Elevator and Archer Daniels Midland planning to be open this week for Milo trucks 8 to 245. Cargill open this week, Tuesday and Thursday, only 7 to 3. Anderson's and Houston is open today, Monday, day after tomorrow, Wednesday, and Friday, 7 to 2. For help marketing your grains, trust John Tuggle and Company, Corpus, 361-852-5207. Maybe this portion of Down on the Farm is brought to you by PMI, the Robstown location, 361-767-7473, pipemovers.com, pipe, steel, and fencing, the Robstown location. Neighbor, let's take a look at meat moves from Friday. We'll begin with the National Pork Carcass Cutout value in the afternoon, $88.94 after a $2.42 increase. Bellies and the picnics led the way, each up by more than $10. USDA estimated the federal slaughter for hogs for the week at 2.5 million head through Saturday, down 66,000 head from the same week last year. Year-to-date trails last year's pace by almost 3%. As we move toward the beef side of the meat equation, we examine wholesale box prices on Friday afternoon. Updated had choice 364 weaker at $249.93. The select 44 cents lower at $224.56. Estimated federal slaughter for the week, 663,000 head through Saturday. That compares to 596 last week during Thanksgiving and 682 during the same week last year. Looks like our fat cattle action in the north on Friday at 157. The week's cash trade was mostly 155 to 157. Feeder cattle ended the Friday session off their highs after printing triple-digit gains early in the session. Jan held on for $1.37 in gains. Neighbor, there's your meat moves for Friday. Neighbor, did you know that the Millworks division at MG Building Materials is a great place to look when you want to upgrade your home? That division carries a full line of wood, aluminum, and vinyl windows. What a great upgrade. We've got vinyl windows in our house down here on the bay, and they sure are pretty from the inside and out. The possibilities for those upgrades are endless with the help of MG and their 5 locations. They've got one in San Antonio, got one in Corpus, got one in Uvalde, got one in Kerrville, and they have one in Pleasanton. That's MG Building Materials. We are on the line with Sean Geiswhite, Gillespie Livestock. It is Monday by now, and we're previewing what the sales will be like this week. Sheep and goats Tuesday, cattle on Wednesday. Sean, what's it looking like?
Yeah, Larry, I think we'll get somewhere like we've had the last couple of weeks on the sheep and goat end, somewhere around that 3,000, and on the cattle end, we're hoping for somewhere around that 1,500, kind of like we've been running. We'll get closer into tomorrow, and on the sheep and goat end, we'll sure dial it in a little closer, and then same on the cattle end when we get closer to Tuesday. We might be able to get a little closer than what we are tonight, but that's kind of what we're thinking. Larry, while I've got you on the phone, we've got a sale this week, and then next week, so we will have sales the 6th and 7th, and the 13th and 14th, and then we will be off. This would be the 20th and the 21st, and the 27th and 8th. We'll resume sales after January 1. That would be on the 3rd and the 4th. So anybody got anything, sure need to get it in there this week or next week if you want to sell it before the first of the year. And if not, we'll see you after the first of the year.
Tell everybody how to contact you, Sean.
You can reach us at 830-997-4394.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Neighbor, I want to remind you about my friends Stephen and Terry Lehman at Lehman Pipe and Cattle. They've got used sucker rod in 5/8, 3/4, 7/8, and 1 inch, and they've got used oil fill pipe, the #1 structural, straight, no holes, splits, or heavy scale, 2 3/8, 2 7/8, 3.5, 4.5, 5.5, 6 5/8, 7 5/8, 10 3/4, and 16 and 24 inch diameters. Also, From time to time, they see some number 2 pipe available at a reduced price. Truckload discounts and delivery also available. They also have cattle guards. They make them from 10 foot wide to 30 foot wide, depending on the customer's needs and wants, with or without wings or cross gates. Also, the heavy-duty concrete beams to set them on. Stephen and Terry Lehman, Lehman Pipe and Cattle. Email them at lehmanpipe@gmail.com or call Stephen at 979-966-3447 or Terry at 979-820-8155. That's Stephen and Terry Lehman, Lehman Pipe and Cattle. It is Sunday evening, and I'm with Ken Jordan from Jordan Cattle Auction. We're looking toward a Monday sale in Mason, a Thursday sale in San Saba. Ken, what do we anticipate Mason being like this week?
You bet, Larry. Around 6 o'clock or so, we already had 1,350 head on the yards, about 100-something cows, about 10 or 15 bulls. Rest of them all good calves, yearlings. We're going to look for that 1,600 head for today's sale, Larry.
Good. Now, how was the San Saba special?
You bet, Larry. We ended up having, if we cleaned everything up and everything, right at 2,800 head. We had a very, very good crowd on hand. We had buyers from Mexico, Oklahoma, Louisiana, Mississippi, pretty well all across Texas. And I believe it's right at 814 on the internet. I thought overall it was very, very active with very strong demand, almost all the classes of females. I thought overall we'd start off with the pair deal, the better pairs, and that were in really good flesh and young. They sold mainly from $1,800 up to $2,850. Some of the younger pairs maybe carrying a little less flesh, and solid mouth pairs, they depend on what size calves they had or whatever. They range from $1,200 up to $1,775. The bred cow market was also very strong with the younger cows, the fleshier cows. They were mostly all medium to long bred. They went from $1,500 up to $2,150. So we had a really choice set of second bred Angus cows, 10 in a group. They brought $2,700. Some of the young cows carrying a little less flesh, and some of the solid mouth cows, they went depending on how far they're bred and what the flesh was like, from $1,000 up to $1,475. I thought overall the bred heifer market was very active, with most all the heifers being pretty well medium to long bred. They brought anywhere from $1,200 up to $2,500, depending on how long bred they were and the kind they were. We had a very nice offering of open heifers, I thought overall too, that were on hand. The bigger fleshier heifers, they pretty well range from $1,200 up to $1,475, except for we had a really good set of fancy 8 open Bremer heifers off a ranch out of Sonora that sold for $1,950. Some of the lighter weight open heifers, they brought pretty well from $800 to $1,175, kind of depending upon kind and size. Overall, very, very strong sale, I thought.
Well, tell everybody how to get hold of you, Ken.
You bet. Then give us a call, area code 325-372-5159. We do have a Stockers feeder sale on Thursday. I got a listing of quite a few of the early offerings we're going to have. That'll be up on our website, Larry, at jordancattle.com.
We appreciate you. Thank you so much.
You bet, Larry. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Over this portion of Down on the Farm brought to you by PMI, Pipe, Steel, and Fencing, PipeMovers.com, the Laredo store. Call Gabriel, 956-727-7473. Hey, neighbor, now it's time to catch up with Leo Casas. Leo, how are you today?
Doing good, Larry. Well, it was my pleasure to auctioneer one of the great Angus sales of South Texas, the Lone Star Angus Alliance, this Friday the 2nd. It's my last sale for the year. Bulls averaged $4,380, almost $4,400, and there was 106 of them. And the females sold really good, too. These bulls, I'm telling you, these acclimated South Texas Angus bulls are in great demand, and no small wonder these Angus calves are bringing a premium everywhere. Larry, we've got a lot of good cattle available for sale, replacement cattle, pairs, breds, and opens, and got a lot of good bulls available for lease or sale of all the popular breeds. I can be reached at 361-362-5863. Keep up with us on a daily basis on Instagram. Casas Cattle _Rancher 3, or log on to my website for photos, videos, and information, CasasCattle.com. CasasCattle.com. We're the bull people.
Wholesale Steel, family owned and operated since 1976. Has heavy-duty panels, the first and only panels on the market with a lifetime warranty against damage from your animals. Wholesale Steel, with 2 locations to serve you in San Antonio and Hearn. Financing available, and we wholesale to the public. Visit our website at wholesalesteelsa.com or call 210-624-2000 for Wholesale Steel.
We're on the line with Riley Rhodes from Live Oak Livestock. Riley, you're still sorting. I can hear gates a banging, cattle bellering. How's it going to go tomorrow?
It looks pretty good, Larry. Got about 800 of those wean yearlings in our wean calf sale. Got some really good calves, most of them Brangus. Got some good beef masters in there.
A lot of the cattle kind of weighing 5 to 650. Got some load lots kind of weighing around 600. Here's some heavy load lots. Then there's a good many lightweight cattle too. Some grazing cattle mixed in, kind of weighing 350 to 5. So all the wing calves, they shape up real good. Regular sale, it looks like we'll probably have pretty close to 2,000 in it. 1,800 to 2,000. So gonna put it, 25 to 2,800, I believe, for tomorrow total. Got some really good calves in the regular sale too. Some bigger bunches, a couple hundred head of black ones from one place, another 100 and something Charolais from one place. So quality is really good. Got a lot of good cattle tomorrow. Looks like around 25 to 2,800.
At Riley Rhodes, Live Oak Livestock, Three Rivers. Riley, tell everybody how to get a hold of you for the Monday sale.
361-813-6650 is the cell. 361-786-2553 is the office. LiveOakLivestock.com is the web.
We appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Larry.
Bye-bye. Neighbor, this portion of Down on the Farm brought to you by PMI Kerrville, 103 Lafayette, 830-367-7473. PMI, pipe, steel, and fencing. Pipe, valves, or fittings, plates, sheet, channel, beam, culverts, purlins, fencing, and supplies. They now stock new pipe and casings. Find them again. PMI Kerrville, 103 Lafayette, 830-367-7473. We're on the line with Gary Butler. Gary, I know you're busy. How many have you drawn so far?
We got 1,500 in, Larry, and they're still coming in.
Good.
I imagine we're going to have close to 18 to 2,000 tomorrow.
Describe some of the consignments you see with you there.
I got a big set of Beefmaster cross calves. There's about 60 of them. I got about 40 to 50 head of black calves. They're going to weigh probably 5 and 6, and the Beefmaster cross calves is going to be the same. Got quite a good big bunches of cattle, Larry. A few odds and ends here and there, but quality's pretty good, Larry.
Good. Tell everybody what time you start and how to get a hold of you.
We start at 11 o'clock, Larry, and you can catch us here at cell phone 830-582-1561-62. Catch me on my mobile, 830-857-4330. Got about 100 cows, 125 cows, Larry.
Good deal, Gary. Y'all have a good sale. We'll talk with you after.
Yes, sir.
MG Building Materials, 5 retail locations all over South and Central Texas, from the Hill Country to the Gulf Coast. Perfect if you're a contractor or a homeowner. The smallest home improvement job to the largest commercial project, MG's positioned to help everyone. MGBuildingMaterials.com. San Antonio, Corpus, Pleasanton, Kerrville, and Uvalde. Always on the web, MGBuildingMaterials.com. MG's 5 retail centers there to help you at MGBuildingMaterials.com.
We are on the line with Seth Crane, Union Commission, Hondo Livestock. Seth, how's the Monday sale shaping up?
A little bit lighter. It's been pretty drizzly here all weekend. Got a little over 200 head in here tonight. I would expect somewhere around 300 or better for tomorrow. As of right now, somewhere around 40 cows. About 25 of those will be palpate cows. Calf and yearling run. Quite a few good calves there. Be some light cattle. If anybody's looking to turn some out, this country sure turned around and looking a lot better. So in the meantime, if anybody needs anything, feel free to come on by. I'd like to remind everybody that next special stocker feeder sale is next week, December the 12th. And our last sale of the year, our little get-together, will be December the 19th. In the meantime, reach us at 830-741-8061. Give me on my cell phone, 210-288-3960. And for updates and information, visit us on Facebook or HondoLivestock.com.
Thank you, Seth. We appreciate you.
You bet.
Y'all be good. Bye-bye. I'm Larry Marble, and I'm on the line with Aaron Lee from Homestead and Ranch Real Estate. Aaron, why do we need a realtor that specializes in farms, ranches, and vacant land?
Well, Larry, large acreage and vacant land transactions are not the same as residential transactions. There are aspects to negotiations, restrictions, utilities, contracts, marketing, title work, and much more that require expert guidance, something you'll get from a Homestead and Ranch Real Estate agent.
How is it different with y'all?
The agents with Homestead and Ranch Real Estate are rural home and land specialists. Through our continued market research, experience, and our classic approach to customer service, we keep up with prices in a never-changing market.
How can we get a hold of you?
Well, y'all can reach me directly at 214-985-9862, and I give you my word, I'll call you back. Or you can visit us at www.homesteadandranch.com.
Aaron, thanks for being on Down on the Farm.
Thanks, sir.
Neighbor, let's take a long look at the grains, courtesy of John Tuggle & Company, Corpus, 361-852-5207. Milo through Corpus in December, March plus 90, 13.15. We'll call Progresso 13.33. Yellow corn to Corpus in December, March plus $2, 8.46 and a quarter. Progresso, March plus 2, 28.66 and a quarter. Hard grade winter wheat to Houston in December, March plus 130, $10 and a quarter. Beans to Houston December delivery, Jan less 25, 14, 13 and a half. East Texas cotton looks like it was 375 bales. It averaged 81.25. West Texas looked like they sold 4,084 bales. It averaged 81.95. Across the 4,459 total bales, the average was 81.60. Neighbor, that's it for the best darn farm show in Texas. No brag, just fact. I'm Larry Marble, and we're the best farm show because you're the best farm show listener. God bless. Go out and make it a grand Monday and a wonderful week. Neighbor, set that thing on fire, why don't you?